In the headlines tonight, over 20,000 Anambra residents benefit from federal government's trade money program. Anambra state government commenced the election of Anambra-born Isabella as mayor of Brent, London. Former head of state Gowon slums in Delta during final military salute of late Major Ejo. On the foreign scene, U.S. says China planning to increase military bases overseas. Ebere Ugonna is my name, and now the news in detail. Over 20,000 people have benefited from the federal government trader money in Anambra State. The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osibanjo, stated this during his official visit to the state. Government House correspondent A.G. Kabana tells us more.
At exactly 11:50 a.m., the Vice President on aircraft number NAF 540 arrived Amobia, where he was received by Governor Isabella Obiano, members of the State Executive Council, among others. Vice President Osibanjo, in company of the governor, visited a Korka market for the trader money exercise, where he parleyed with some petty traders dressed in the trader money t-shirt, displaying their goods including smoked fish, sachet water, palm and granite oil, ogiri, among others. The Vice President thereafter proceeded to Onitsha at about 12:10 p.m. At the palace of the traditional ruler of Onitsha, Obi Nnemeka Achebe, Vice President Yemi Osibanjo explained that about 20,000 traders have received the trader money, which he described as a microcredit program of the federal government targeted at small-scale traders to help facilitate their trade.
The commitment of the federal government, especially Mr. President, to ensure that all of the citizens of our country, regardless of ethnicity or religion, or whatever other affiliation, political affiliation and all that, regard themselves as one. We are all brothers, regardless of religion or ethnicity or affiliation. We want to do so, we want to make sure that even in terms of execution of projects, we are fair and just. This is the commitment that Mr. President has made, and which he is committed to ensuring that he brings to fulfillment.
The Vice President also went to Ochanja Market, Onitsha, where he explained that it is only government that can guarantee the kind of arrangement which the trader money offers, pointing out that Anambra is among the first states to implement the homegrown school feeding program, expressing joy at the outcome of the project, which he said has touched the lives of many less privileged people. Governor Isabella Obiano later explained that the scheme will be of immense help to the inhabitants of the state, expressing gratitude to the federal government. The governor appreciated the federal government for all the projects it is executing in the state.
This is an opportunity to also thank the federal government again and again for the thing they did for the memory of our great state of Africa through the mausoleum that they put money down. The mausoleum took them 3 years to build, several administrations, but it was this administration that made it happen. So you're welcome to your event. Market money. Yes, the 10,000 that is being given, and if you repay, you get 15. If you repay again, just like that, encourage the culture of repayment and also prosperity. I'm very, very pleased with that process.
Speaking, some beneficiaries thanked the federal government for coming to their aid, promising to utilize the loan properly.
I'm selling fresh tomato.
Fresh pepper. How much?
10,000 naira. I appreciate more, so that my market will still increase.
Okay.
With more space, and my must do well.
For the member representing Onitsha North 2 at the State Assembly, Mr. Edi Ibuzo, who applauded the initiative, thanked the federal government for making true its promise. The Vice President later visited the Asaba end of the second Niger Bridge, where work had gone to an appreciable level. Ejike Abana, ABS News.
And away from that, the wife of the governor of Anambra State, Dr. Mrs. Isabella Obiano, has lent her support to the first Anambra-born mayor of London Borough of Brent, Mayor Ernest Ezeajoyi, at an impressive annual general meeting and mayor-making ceremony held at the Brent Council Centre, London. The new mayor of the London Borough of Brent, Mayor Ezeajoyi, who until the investiture was deputy mayor, is an illustrious son of Anambra State, and the state government, or the Governor Willie Obiano, has a clear policy of supporting Anambra indigents who, through hard work and dedicated service to community, have brought honor and dignity to the state in particular and Nigeria as a whole. The wife of the governor thereby attended the London event to reassure the new mayor that Indian Anambra with him in this moment of glory and high responsibility, and expect him to do his best in the service of his mayoral district and humanity. Speaking on the significance of the event, Dr. Mrs. Obiano said that they came to support a son who has made Indian Anambra proud by distinguishing himself and has been honored with more responsibility by the people of Brent as their mayor. In his reaction, a member of Anambra State delegation to the event and member representing Ayamelum constituency in Anambra State House of Assembly, Honorable Uche Okafo, eulogized Mayor Ezeajoyi for showing good focus and competence while presiding over the council meeting, and commended the governor of Anambra State and his wife for rallying round the new mayor. Earlier in his acceptance speech, Mayor Ernest Ezeajoyi expressed his appreciation of the honor done to him by various dignitaries who attended the event from across the world, especially Nigeria, singling out the wife of the governor of Anambra State and thanked her for her delegation for their support. He also pledged to work closely with her NGO, Caring Family Enhancement Initiative, CAFE, and others in his chosen cause for charity during his tenure. Ezeajoyi, a 1998 graduate of Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, is a native of Obu, Orumba North Local Government Area of Anambra State, was elected councillor by the College of Councillors of Brent, London, as a member of the Labour Party, representing Stonebridge Ward at Brent Council in 2014, re-elected in 2018, and was until recently deputy mayor of Brent. Other members of Anambra State delegation to the Epoch mayor-making event include 3 members of the Legislators' Wives Association, LEWA, led by wife of Deputy Speaker of Anambra State House of Assembly, Mrs. Silva Oseke, Mrs. Lillian Ibuzo, and Mrs. Uche Enwenzo. The age-long proverb, "He who the cap fits, let him wear it," was demonstrated as members of the traditional council from the 4 villages of Umuomako in Orumba South Council area rose to the call of tradition to crown a new king. Igwe Dr. Sulemani Buba was coronated, the 3rd traditional ruler of Umuomako. Correspondent Daniel Ezigwe was at the coronation ceremony and now completes the story.
The new traditional ruler, Igwe Dr. Ebo, a medical practitioner, comes from Umuoka Ward, Umunambu village of Umuomako, and was elected the traditional ruler on the 30th of December 2017, after an election that saw him emerge with 886 votes to beat 2 other contestants from the same village. According to the custom of the town, the new king is expected to be coronated at Omako, the Obi, and a distinct home that symbolizes the ancestral abode of the Umuomako town. The kingmakers, the Umuada, and the pastor who presided over a prayer session before the coronation prayed for wisdom for the new traditional ruler to take the town to a higher pedestal of peace and progress. Speaking shortly after his enthronement, the new king, whose royal title is Chinechendu, one of Umuomako, said though the achievements of his predecessors speak loud, he remained focused on initiating plans that would place the town on the map of development in Anambra State. Igwe Ebo also applauded Governor Willie Obiano for beaming a light of development in the area, especially with the award of the road that traverses the town into neighboring communities.
Today I was publicly the time of the nation. I told them that if you people believe in me and vote for me, I know that I will make a great.
On his part, the traditional Prime Minister of Umuomako, Chief Alex Maduako, noted that it was time to rebuild the wall of peace in the community and urged the new traditional ruler to always listen to the yearnings of his people.
Today, Umuomako has resolved, the General Council has resolved to crown the Igwe. And that is why we're here. Sulemani Buba, doctor, is now crowned as Igwe of Umuomak.
Also speaking, the Secretary General of Umuomak Progress Union, Mr. Spencer Akebu, and one of the kingmakers, Chief Ben Obieje, said it was a dawn of new beginning for the town and urged the new Igwe to carry everybody along for a better Umuomak.
We should make sure that he brings everybody into his company. Even though people are doing this, we should try to bring everybody together. So like this community will not move forward. We need to develop.
We have now had an authorized crown leader. With his presence now, more good things will flow in. Our people will start getting jobs.
The new traditional ruler, as the tradition demands, took to the coronation ground alongside his lolo for his first royal dance. From Umuomak in Orumbak South Council area, Daniel Ezigwe, ABS News.
The Federal Ministry of Water Resources, through the Anambra Imo River Basin Development Agency, is to commence the construction of a water supply scheme at Mpo Civic Center, Mpo. Staff reporter Odinaka was at the official handover of the project site for ABS, and her report taken from our studios.
The project is one of the constituency projects in the area sponsored by the senator representing Anambra Central, Senator Victor Ume. Handing over the project site to the officials of the Anambra Imo River Development Agency, a stakeholder and transition committee chairman for Idembe North Local Government Council, Barrister Raf Nabife, said the project is one of the laudable initiatives of Senator Victor Ume within his short period in office. He said Senator Ume has the interests of his constituents at heart, noting that he has been close to all the communities and stakeholders in the community.
And we are very happy that he has decided to site this borehole at the Civic Center at Mpo. We are very appreciative of his gesture. We'll continue to pray for him. The people of Mpo community are very happy with this laudable project because we will now have water within the Civic Center that is also known as Mpo Town Hall.
In his speech, another stakeholder, Barrister Frank Moluku, described the gesture as a welcome development and a source of joy to the Mpo community. Speaking to ABS, the Assistant Chief Geologist of the Development Agency, Mr. Justin Okoro, said the project, which is part of 2018 appropriation project, will be completed within a period of 1 month. It disclosed other areas of development to include erosion intervention and rural electrification, among others. In an interview, Mr. Stephen Anibog, a member of the Senator Victor Ume media team, noted that the commencement of the project is in line with the fulfillment of Senator Ume's campaign promise during his tour of communities in his constituency. He said Senator Ume has always kept faith with his promises and disclosed some of his empowerment schemes to include empowerment of micro businesses, which about 11 women benefited in the area, provision of tricycles, scholarship to students from community, as well as 10 billion naira CBN loan, among others.
Moving on to our national stories, tension heightened as General Yakubu Gowon, former Nigerian head of state, slumped midway during the oration at the graveside of late Major General David Apodiete Ejo in Ovu Olomo community, Ogeli South Local Government area of Delta State. Military personnel bagged visual coverage of the incident. The former head of state was promptly rushed by some top echelons of the military into the special tent for emergency resuscitation, just as Governor Arthur Ifeanyi and Chief James Onanefe Ibori, former governor of Delta State, dashed into the tent to ensure he recovers. Military as well as the Delta State ambulances were immediately moved close to the tent in case the former head of state's health deteriorates further. The Federal Executive Council has approved 4.96 billion naira for the construction of 7 model schools to be located in the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. The Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, made this known when he briefed State House correspondents at the end of the council meetings, which was presided over by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. He explained that the model schools would be sited in Bauchi, Imo, Lagos, Nasarawa, Katsina, Edo states, as well as the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. The minister also revealed that the council approved 1.6 billion naira for the procurement of first-line and second-line regimen of antiretroviral treatment drugs. And moving on to the foreign scene now, the U.S. Defense Department expects China to add military bases around the world to protect its investment in its ambitious One Belt, One Road global infrastructure program, according to an official report released yesterday. Beijing currently has just one overseas military base in Djibouti, but is believed to be planning others, including possibly in Pakistan, as it seeks to project itself as a global superpower. That effort could be constrained by other countries' wariness of hosting a full-time presence of the People's Liberation Army, the report noted. But target locations for military basing could include the Middle East, Southeast Asia, and the Western Pacific. And on sports news, Aspire FC Al-Dhaziani has won the 2019 Anambra FA Cup tournament. Aspire defeated the four-time champions FC Ifeanyi to lift the trophy. We have details.
The final match, which took place at Nero Stadium, Nanka, saw the youngest club in Anambra State beat FC Ifeanyi in a penalty shootout by 4 goals after playing 1-goal draw in 90 minutes. Aspired FC Al-Dhaziani, which was registered in December 2018 and just participated in the first ever tournament, displayed tremendous tactical skills and physical fitness throughout the tournament. The players showed up for every game and demonstrated zeal to win and never lost to any of their opponents. In his reaction shortly after the victory, the founder and president of Aspired FC, Dr. Emeka Okeke, who is also the CEO of Rice Clinic Al-Dhaziani, thanked Anambra for the opportunity given to the club that has enabled them showcase their talents as a club, and thanked Dr. Polly Emenike, chairman Nero's Pharmaceuticals and the sponsor of Nero Anambra State FA Cup, for his contribution towards football in the state. Dr. Okeke assured that under his watch, Aspire FC has come to rewrite the history of football in Nigeria and promised to work closely with Anambra State Football Association and other football lovers in the state to promote standards of play and players' welfare, calling on Anambra to give the team necessary support and encouragement to attain greater heights. On his part, an international trained coach, Coach Eze Mike Nwapa, expressed gratitude to God for a wonderful start and promised that the club will witness great transformation in years to come.
My journey is in God. Whatever thing I do, I commit it to God first. Then listen and work hard. Right? Because I know that with God and also with working hard, we achieve whatever thing I do.
High points of the match was the presentation of medals to players, an official handover of trophy to Aspired FC Al-Dhaziani, and celebration by players.
Amazing moment. It was a moment of mourning and sober reflection as the remains of late Mrs. Ngozi Susan Anyebunem was laid to rest in her husband's compound at Umopilo Umuchu in Agwata local government area of the state. Correspondent Ogochukwu Okeke, who covered the burial service, has the report.
The requiem mass for the deceased, who died at the age of 59 years, took place at St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church, Amanasa, Umuchu, and attracted people from all walks of life, including traditional rulers, among numerous others, who converged to pay their last respect to the deceased. In a homily, the priest of St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church, Umuchu, Reverend Father Boniface Ezoke, who described death as something that awaits all mortals, charged Christians to live a Christ-like life of peace, kindness, and love while they are on earth, and prayed God to strengthen the bereaved family, give them hope and fortitude to bear the loss.
Na aga nwa nwa de chezo ka onye ọbụla na-ebi ezigbo ndụ mmetụta ndụ nwanne mara nwanne ka anyị nwee ike ife anyị na-ekwupụta n'okwukwe ka ọ na-apụtawanye ihe na ndụ anyị. Ọ kachasị oge nwa anyị nọ kịta anyị na-eri oriri maka mbilite n'ụdị nwa anyị Jesu Kristi.
The husband of the deceased, Mr. Ben Mary Anyebunam, described his late wife as a peace-loving, philanthropist and a devout Christian to the core.
In all fairness, I thank God for the wife he gave to me, because my wife was a golden wife, an example to other women. In fact, what I'm advising women is those who know her and who are grieving about her death, they should try as much as possible to emulate her golden qualities.
Regretting the death of their late mother, one of the sons and the only daughter of the deceased, Mr. Jackson Anyebunam and Miss Ezinna Anyebunam, said the demise of their mother was a shock to them, describing her as an icon, and prayed God to grant her soul eternal rest. The brother to the deceased, Mr. Okudilioti, said his late sister was irreplaceable, noting that her death will forever remain in their hearts. He thanked the people that commiserated with them, praying God to grant them journey mercy.
My sister is plural. My sister is everywhere. My sister is myself. My sister is the future. My sister is everything. So, nothing compared to my sister. She is the best.
The Commissioner for Basic Education, Anambra State, Professor Kate Omenua, urged the children of the deceased to follow the footsteps of their late mother and always imbibe the spirit of peace and oneness among themselves, and as well trust in God. A frontline politician and cousin to the deceased, Dr. Godwin Ezemo, said the deceased was very humane, gentle, friendly, and always ready to help others, advising the family to take solace in God. The burial service featured condolence visits by in-laws, friends, and well-wishers, dance by the deceased family, women organizations, and rendition by the choir. From Umuchu, in Agwata local government area, Ogochukwu Okeke reporting for ABS News.
And that's the news. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/ABS Radio TV Online. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on our website at www.absradiotv.com. And just before we go tonight, a quick reminder of our top stories. Over 20,000 Anambra residents have benefited from federal government's trade money program. Anambra state government has commended the election of Anambra-born Ezeajoyi as mayor of Brent, London. Former head of state Gowon slums in Delta during final military salute of late Major Ejo. On the foreign scene, we brought to you that the U.S. has said China planning to increase military bases overseas. And that's the size of our package tonight. Many thanks for joining the bulletin. I am Ebere Ugunna.